The Clipper Round the World Ocean Race is a crew-funded race that just happened to make port in Newcastle, Australia, where we've been enjoying our Christmas and New Year. Can we just get into it?
Yeah, go. Get into it.
Come along this week as we get shown one of the huge 70-footers.
Looks a bit different to me, really.
That are built to be one of the strongest competing vessels there is.
Hello, guys.
G'day.
Hi. How are we?
I'm great. Are
Yeah,
you?
I am great.
You're great?
How are you guys?
Well, that's good to hear. Let's rewind where we are at the moment. We're in Australia, in Newcastle, where I'm from, in Merriweather, the suburb.
We've been celebrating the holidays with your family.
Yes, we've spent Christmas here. I've done a bit of work. We've earned some money.
I've been doing some laying around, some taking care of these.
We got some 2 babies on the way. They're getting real big.
Yup.
Yeah, no, things down here have been amazing. Very relaxed, very happy. It's been a good Christmas and New Year's. The boat is coming along slowly. We have a mast about to start construction, and we're going to go and look at that. That's going to be amazing. So, when I say that, we're going to Sweden to have the babies.
Yes, we're going to Sweden. I don't know why I did that
Sweden! Sweden!
Yes. We're actually going tomorrow, but today, can we just get into it?
Yeah,
I'm really excited.
Get into it. There is a around the world ocean race called the Clipper Ocean Race. They stop here in Newcastle, and right now they have stopped, and they're all in the harbour. So today we're doing like a media day. We're going out on these big 70-foot, I think, boats that are designed super strong. I think they're 30 tons. If I'm incorrect, you'll see some numbers around here, which all the stat. We'll just put the stats right here, shall we? Anyway, so we're going to go check out these amazing around the world sailing boats. They look incredible. We've already had a quick look at them this morning. We went and talked to the media team. They're like, yeah, sure, come on out. Yeah, come on the media sail.
The sail. The exciting part is that we're actually going to take one of these bad boys out. So we're going to put up some sails and we're going to get out there, and I'm so excited.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
The Clipper Round the World race is a crew-funded race allowing for anyone, even with no experience, to participate. The race is made up of 8 legs, and the crew can choose a single leg of the race or the entire circumnavigation. The race is the brainchild of Sir Robert Knox Johnson, the first man to solo circumnavigate in a sailing boat. It has had 6,000 crew over the last 28 years participate, and is always looking for more to join in the fun. See the link in the description below to learn more. So
we have arrived.
So we've made it down here. It's a beautiful day, a little bit overcast, but very nice. The wind's meant to be quite light today, maybe 10 knots, I think maybe 15 max. But it should be a nice day on the water, especially for Isabel with the belly going on. We don't want to push it too hard.
No. I'm not gonna, pull any ropes. I think I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and do some filming. What do you reckon?
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah. First time the babies are going to go for a sail, so it's exciting.
Yes, they're not out yet, but yes, I guess technically the first time. Behind us here you can see there is one of the boats. I'll have to find out how many there are. We're going to get all the details very shortly when we do the full media day. But yeah, we're a bit excited at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's lovely.
Cool.
Being introduced to the crew and captain, they made us feel quite safe. We were briefed on our day's activities of motoring out of the heads and going sailing to show exactly what the boat is capable of.
It really feels so good being back on a boat. I mean, obviously we've been in Malaysia on our boat, but we haven't been in the water. So this just feels so good. We have a couple of crew today, talked to the skipper and he's like, oh, I want to get you all involved and pulling the rope, so that's good. I see how much I can participate. Might put me, I don't know, on the helm so I can just steer and be at one place.
So we've just been life jacketed up. We feel very comfortable. The skipper is a really nice guy. He's very experienced. He's done around the world 3 times, and he also wants to get into cruising. So it's really nice to have a chat to him. The boat, I think I said before it was 30 ton. That is a lie. They are all 49.5, which is huge.
Sail against the wind. We can sail with the wind 90 degrees and with the wind in the back.
So as we leave the dock, we all have to shout, "Vamos punta."
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Vamos punta!
So we actually came into this port 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago? And Kieran's family was standing right here as we came in, and we were all very emotional, ending our trip from Greece to Australia.
We are just coming through the harbour. We are trailing a coal ship that is fully loaded. He's heading out, and it'll be our turn after he leaves to head out of the heads. There might actually be a decent little bit of wind out here. Maybe we're praying for 15. I mean, it looks pretty light, so hopefully 15 would get us going quite quickly. Downwind, I've been told that these boats can go 29 knots. Upwind, they're quite heavy and quite slow. So upwind about 9-10 max. So it's interesting to know the speeds of such a heavy boat that they can get 49 tons going at 29 knots.
So what we do over here is we use one of our most powerful winches here. This is called the primary winch. It's an 80 Harken, and we can connect this handle by pulling on this little line, or not. I'll show you what to do, because that line is holding the boom on top of our heads. So it's very, very important to not make any mistakes. Angus, you ready? Okay, so what we need to do, Chip, if you can handle the main sheet, we're gonna raise our boom. But yeah, for example, when we need to reef really fast because we are racing, we just give up 2, 3, 4 meters ease on the main sheet. We start grinding topping. As they grind topping, if I start easing the main halyard, we pull in here from the left. As soon as they start easing the main halyard, they are starting to pull on the reef lines. So as soon as the halyard is done there, you know, we pull on the reef, and then as soon as the mainsail is nice and with the shape we want, everything really fast, then it's like, okay, big eases on the topping and grind on the main sheet.
So everyone's got a job but me. I'm more filming and taking care of the boas. It's really good to be out on the water. I would love to see some dolphins when we're out here. It's really cool to see he instruct everyone to pull the lines and to clip in, which is really good. We all know about that, and Kieran is pulling the sheet, and I'll show you.
Ready. Is the helm ready? Okay, let's go for a hold!
Getting the sails up for the first time on such a monster, it really made me appreciate the simplicities of our cruising boat. It was quite obvious why a boat of this size needs 9+ crew to sail her. Everyone had separate jobs and all hands were needed. But even at 49 tons, its large sails allowed it to glide through the water easily. The most surprising thing for me was how comfortable and steady the 70-foot racing boat actually felt. We were reaching speeds of 9 knots in just 13 to 15 true, which we wouldn't have ever dreamt of on our old boat.
Okay, I'll put it right here with the...
Looks a bit different to me, really.
This is our little home. So this is the galley. It's smelling pretty bad, to be honest, but it always smells not so great, you know. A lot of people, if 20 people, you know.
It's a working galley.
Yeah.
We rinse all of our stuff with salt water, and we just really drink and cook with fresh water.
You have a desalinator.
Right there, it's a desalinator. Yeah, we produce one.
Sorry, can we do the Yankee too? That's the one right at the top.
Yeah, you can do the Yankee too. Happy to do the Yankee too. We have here these lockers, right? These called wet lockers. All of this is just...
Getting a tour of downstairs, we see exactly where the crew would eat, sleep and wash during the round the world trip. The passage planning, weather and overall navigation were all taken care of in what's called the brain, where there was a huge nav desk and the equipment to allow the captain and crew to do their job perfectly. So we're just having a bit of lunch, and they're serving a dulce e leche, which is this high energy, high like calorie paste in a tub, which is they get it in Uruguay and they stock the boat full, and we're having a taste now, and it's gonna be interesting. How do you pronounce it? Dulce de leche?
Dulce de leche. Yeah, like... You can also...
Can you really steer the boat?
I hope so.
That's good.
It'll be alright.
That's like a really rich yogurt type of thing. Like, that's good stuff.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
And say whenever you're ready. Alright.
Helm to lee!
Very windy day. It's go really tight. Very, very windy today. We'll go and do that little test. Helm, are you ready?
Yep.
Spectators, are you ready? Yes. Awesome. Let's go for it. Let's go for a hoist. Same methodology. Can you see, guys? The guys in the mast. So you just take a good quick look at your winch. You tell them to ride.
Right.
Nice. Slowly, and if you can take it.
There's a speed meter. We're going about 8.
Come out and the boat starts. Bam. Bam. 6 hours later, you're like, what are you doing here? Right there.
So we've just put the Yankee up. We've done a few tacks, so I actually had a little bit of a helm. It's very lovely. The boat handles just absolutely superbly, as it should. You know, this is a world-class boat. I just still can't believe it's 49 tons. That is a heavy girl. It truly wows me that 8 pairs of hands are needed to pack away this huge Yankee head sail into a bag. This could even need to be done a couple times a day depending on the conditions during a passage. I can't help but feel how appreciative I am of the simple furling sails we have on our cruising boat. I promise to never complain again.
How's that?
That was pretty fun. I'm going to say it was really great to be back on the water, and on one of those boats. It felt very safe, very fast, and we had a lot of fun, didn't we?
You helped out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of force of habit, you know. So I can't not do anything on a sailboat. It's just like, if you got to contribute, you got to contribute.
Yeah.
How was it for you, darling?
It was good. I went downstairs and then just focusing on filming, and then all of a sudden it just hit me. Yeah, the seasickness. So I think it's a little bit worse when you're pregnant.
A little bit? I think a lot.
Yeah, and now it feels quite tense, so I'm gonna go and lay down and relax for the rest of the day.
Back on land.
Yeah, but it was really nice. It was very enjoyable, and they were very nice, the crew.
They were. The captain was just a guy named Nuna, and he was just so nice. Really calm, as all captains should be.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
Yeah, so good day.
We'll catch you next time, guys.